Hello everyone and welcome back to Better Out Than In. I am sat on my bed today because, do you know what? I felt like it and the sun's shining. I'm feeling good. That's why. And I hope you guys are all good. Thank you for joining me back. Today I'm going to be talking about something that I think we all go through, ins and outs, and it's something we all struggle with. I mean, I'm speaking on behalf of everyone, so if you don't struggle with this, and I do apologise, but I'm pretty sure this is something we all struggle with, and that's body image and the way that we look, whether we feel good enough in our bodies and our skins, and it's a real challenging topic because I think, in my opinion, there's not one cure for it, you know? It really depends on how we're feeling in ourselves and where we're at in our lives. I've definitely struggled with my body image for a long time. I still do, by the way. I'm not going to be like, I've got all the questions, I've got all the answers. I really don't. It is something I still struggle with. However, I am in a much better place now than I was even a year ago. A year ago, I would look at myself in the mirror and be looking at my rolls in the mirror and being like, oh God, this is horrible. I would literally make it such a big deal in my life where I wouldn't go out, I wouldn't socialize because of the way that I looked. And you know what, like, I have this all the time in my life where I will then look back to years before and there was nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Body dysmorphia is a bitch. But again, there has never been one point in my life where I've been like completely and entirely happy with my body. I think to be completely honest, it's an unrealistic expectation because your body fluctuates all the time. I think that I've had periods where I've liked what I've seen in the mirror, but that will change the next week because, you know, bodies change. But in general, I would say my whole life it's been a big issue for me, not looking a certain way, not having the boobs that I want, not having the stomach. Stomach has always been like my biggest insecurity, my stomach, and I fixated on it so much. And it's got to the point where it's like, do you know what? I don't care. I've accepted that, okay, my body's going to fluctuate. I've accepted that I'm going to have bad body image days. I've accepted that I'm going to have days where I look in the mirror and I'm feeling myself. That is just life. You're never going to be the same. And do you know what's funny? I was even speaking to a guy in the gym the other day, and we were talking about, because he used to have love handles, and he showed me a picture of his love handles before and after, and I was like, congratulations. I was like, but it's kind of sad how you compliment people on their bodies all the time. And that's a lot of the reason why we're always chasing something else, is because of the validation of others and being seen by others. And it's kind of sucky. Because imagine, like, if you were to acknowledge someone's humor, if you were to acknowledge someone's talent, if you were to acknowledge someone's intelligence, and they picked that up and they received that compliment, I guarantee their focus would be going so much more on that talent or their humor or, you know, their intelligence, because they're being noticed by that. As soon as you're noticed by your appearance, you end up fixating on it, wanting to change it more or get skinnier, build more muscle or grow that. Do you know what? There's always something you're always going to try and be better. Someone notices something about you that's a good thing. You're like, ooh, I crave more of this. And you go and you go and you go. And it's always for that external factor. And it's funny because all of these people that are giving you all of these nice compliments and blah, 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 they'll forget about you anyway, you know. They will forget. And the same goes for the people that will speak badly about you or give you a negative view on yourself. You care so much about that because it hurts. But within 5 minutes, they'll forget. but you won't, because it's that feeling. So it's really difficult to let go of that, and like the caring of what other people think. And look, I am not going to sit here today and be like, so darlings, what you need to do is you need to let go of the fear and do it anyway. I'm not going to sit here and do that, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I have got it all figured out, because I definitely do not. What I'm saying is, guy came up to me in the gym. He was saying he was also having these like insecurities about his love handles. He was like, I'm never going back there again. I asked him, are you scared of like getting those love handles back? You know, and he was like, yeah, definitely. He's like, that's why I'm here every day in the gym. And I'm like, I didn't say this to him, but at the same time in my head I was like, it's kind of sad. That is kind of sad, because wanting to just change your body so much. And it's good that you're going to the gym, it's good that you're active, it's good that you're moving your body, it's good that you have goals, and I'm not to shame that at all. And I think as long as you're feeling good and you're happy and you're healthy, but to live in a fear of going back to a different body type, and by the way, that's not to say that I don't have this as well. I've definitely gone through my journey with it. Like, your body is your body. Weight can go up, it can go down. Your hair can grow, it can get short. You're going to have spots one day, you're not going to another day. Like, it's going to constantly change. It's going to constantly change. The seasons constantly change. Your lifestyle constantly changes. So how is your body not going to change when those environments are? Do you know what I mean? What I will say as well, accepting your body is a process. And hopefully you guys don't have to get to the lowest points to obviously start accepting your body, but it is definitely a process. Even my mum, to this day, I love you so much, mummy, but she will not go on holiday wearing like a swimsuit. Like, she'll wear jeans. She'll be so uncomfortable. She'll be wearing like jeans. She went to Dubai and all she had was jeans and long t-shirts, like long sleeve tops. And I said to Mum, I'm actually really proud of her, by the way. I said, Mum, you're going to go to Dubai and you're going to be uncomfortably hot. You're hot in the UK, Mum. Like, you get hot in the UK and you're not wearing this. You're going to go to Dubai. You're going to ruin your holiday because you're caring so much of what you look like. And all it really is having someone else's opinion pushed onto you and judging you. And I guarantee you're going to go on holiday, people might see you, they won't think anything of it. And even if they do, will they say anything? Probably not. And if they do, well, they're dickheads anyway, and they are going through something themselves. 3, they're not going to say anything. Like, they're not going to say anything. Half the time they don't. And half the time you're paranoid that people are thinking something about you, creating these scenarios in your head, and they might not even be happening. Imagine going to Dubai, all that travel, all of that money, all of that beautiful sunshine, and you're going to sit there and feel uncomfortable. Look, I'm not judging, by the way. I used to live by the beach in Bournemouth, and it took me, do you know what, I'm going to be completely honest with you. About to say it took me years, but it took me losing a bunch of weight to go to the beach wearing shorts. I remember I'd sit on the beach in the summer in skinny jeans, not even baggy jeans, because back then baggy jeans weren't a thing. It was skinny jeans. I was sweating, full face of makeup on, skinny jeans, and I was so insecure, so uncomfortable. And little me back then, I would not have even dreamt of wearing anything different, because I would just been so hurt and scared and feared what other people thought. And I just remember sitting on that beach and my foundation was dripping off my face. And I wish I could have just given her a hug. I just must have looked silly. I must have looked silly wearing all of that. And if anything, it probably drew more attention to me wearing all of those clothes. So like scorching sunlight. But yeah, anyway, I'm really proud of my mum, because I was speaking to her before her holiday. And she texted me and she said that she'd bought shorts off the back of our conversation. Not shorts, I think it was like a flowy dress, so it was like more flowy. But I'm really proud of her. And she looked gorgeous. She looked beautiful, genuinely looked beautiful. It was so nice to see my mum wearing something different and that was comfortable. You know, I think it's so important. Everyone has something that they're insecure about as well, and I think it's so common that people don't speak up about it, because again, speaking up about your insecurities can generally bring attention to them. I think, like, because half the time people don't see the things that you see. Like, for me, it was my teeth. I hated my teeth. Now I love my teeth, by the way. I was going to get, like, fully straight teeth, but then I realised that actually I like my teeth. I think without my teeth, I wouldn't be myself. I think teeth bring character as well a lot of the time. That's what I tell myself, okay? My boobs have always been an insecurity of mine. Again, I literally could not care less about talking about it because, again, I've accepted it. And my stomach, even my feet, actually. And there's nothing wrong with my feet, but it only up until maybe 2 years ago, I would never wear sandals. Just really insecure. I think it's because it's such a big thing. I think in school, everyone made such a big deal. Like in PE, you have to take your socks off, and like it was like, ooh, feet are in the room. And I just remember like everyone like scanning everyone's feet when we were a kid. I'm like, it's kind of odd, really. Like we all have feet. People always like to put people down, you know, kids being kids. But I remember I was being like, am I going to be the person that gets like shat on today? And I used to be really scared about that. So I think that's where that comes from. And then now there's such a big thing around kinks and foot fetishes that I'm like, are mine up to scratch? Could I sell my feet pics? But yeah, anyway, couldn't care less. We all have feet, we all have toes, we all have it all, unless you're missing a toe, which is very unfortunate because toes are great, they're cute. Speaking to a new friend recently, and lovely guy, he's very intelligent. You would never know that he had an insecurity about his wrists. Because as well, I think for guys it's a lot harder to speak about your vulnerabilities. You know, speaking about things that you're insecure about can often be taken as a weakness, and it's really not. It's just human, you're normal. You know, you're allowed to feel different ways about things. And he said that his experience with his wrist was every time, you know, he was intimate, he'd think that someone would see his wrists and be like, ew. I'm like, it's a wrist, but you know, I can't see it from his perspective. But it's crazy, everyone just has their insecurities, and everyone has their little things that really dig into them and hold them back, and it's so hard to accept them because of what other people think. But if you think about all of these other people that are around you, they are like teeny weeny things, little things that like literally don't matter. You're not going to see them, not even in your life anyway, half the time. And even if they are in your life, if they are, I don't know, a family member or your partner that is commenting on the things that you're insecure about, I just think like those people don't actually care about the things you're insecure about. Like if you're insecure about it, and you're worried about those people that you're being around, guaranteed 99% of the time, people don't even notice. They don't care if you've got saggy boobs. They don't care if you're, I don't know, your kneecap's swollen. They don't care if you've got a wonky tooth. They really don't care because they love you. And if they have ever said anything, it's 100% because they have something they're working through, or they've got an insecurity and it's kind of a deflecting thing. It makes them feel better for, you know, shutting you down, which in my opinion is very selfish, and you don't need them in your life anyway. Or they are sensing that they probably don't care about this thing that you are insecure about or have a thing around, but they are sensing that if they say something bad or they say something about it, it will have an effect on you, which is why they are doing it. Because they want you to feel a way. They want to get a reaction out of you. And if that's the case, they're treating you like shit, and therefore, why the fuck are they in your life anyway? Period. Like, you don't want people around you that are going to make you feel like crap. You just don't. I also think, going back to the holiday thing, you know, going on holiday and trying to like prepare yourself for holiday season, summer body 2024, I just feel like that is a lot of pressure that you're putting on yourself, and it's an unrealistic expectation. I think as soon as you're telling yourself you need to look a certain way for a certain thing, you see people going through these quick fixes of like diets, or like, you know, not eating for a certain amount of time just to look good for a week. It's just crazy. One, it's going to trigger, or could trigger, eating disorders. Two, you're going to jump back to your original body that you had before, if not more, because your body is going to hold on and go into stress mode and crave it, and you're going to put it into starvation and you're just going to bounce back. And you're also just going to cause yourself a whole lot of stress, probably a lot of low mood, and your self-worth is just going down the drain at this point. And again, you're doing all of this to look good on holiday, okay? Because everyone wants to feel good, everyone wants to feel sexy and confident. I get that. It's good to feel sexy and it's good to feel confident. I just feel like if you can't already feel that within yourself and love yourself the way that you are, that feeling is always going to stay there no matter what size you are. You're always going to have a feeling of wanting more, not good enough. Because I have definitely been in all of those stages. I have been overweight, I have been very underweight, I have been where I am now. So I am not perfect in any way. I've not got this all figured out. I have bad body image days all the time, but I just know how to cope with them. It's normal to have ups and down days. It's how you let them affect you which can determine where you're at, and how you feel and how you get through things. Some of the ways that I like to cope with when I have a bad body image day is really assessing what I'm doing in those moments. So if I'm having a bad body image day, sometimes I'm going to put my hands up. When I have a bad body image day, I am so on the surface of doing two different things. I can either sit in my bad body image day and do the things that I know is going to make me feel worse, like binge eating or trying on clothes that I know will probably be a bit too tight. It's like a weird confirmation in my head that I feel like I need to just try them on just to be sure. And it's like, I know that does not serve me. This probably about a year ago, I'd definitely be doing this. Now, honestly, a lot of my wardrobe is just comfy clothes. That's one of the biggest things I've found so beneficial for me when I'm having bad body image days. I've got clothes that are really comfortable. I've got baggier clothes. I've got clothes that just don't draw attention necessarily to my figure as much. And that's not to say that it's a bad thing if you do. I love fashion. I really love fashion, and I love feeling good and confident and cool in the clothes that I wear. I love it. I really do love fashion. However, that being said, when I'm having a bad body image day, sometimes wearing the clothes that I love the most is perfect, because I'm like, do you know what? I'm going to own whatever my body looks like today, and I'm going to wear it, I'm going to rock it, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to feel confident. But that's not me every single time. Not at all. So I have a selection of baggy clothes that I just put on, and I feel so much more comfortable, because as soon as I'm wearing clothes that I feel really comfy in, I don't tend to fixate on how my body feels in it. If I'm wearing jeans that may be feeling a little bit uncomfortable, because it's uncomfortable, it brings attention to why. It brings attention because maybe I'm a bit bloated that day, and then my top doesn't necessarily fit me as well or sit on my body as I would love it to, and I will see it and I can fixate on it. So it's really important for me to have my comfy clothes, and I do really encourage people to do the same. It makes such a difference. And okay, you could say, well, people think you're looking scruffy or blah, blah. People don't care. You worry so much about what you wear, and it's a shame sometimes, because you might have brought a really lovely dress that you just couldn't wait to put on and wear out. But that's okay, because there's going to be a time when you're going to be able to wear that dress, and you're going to be able to wear it with confidence and feeling so good in it. I think rock it if you can rock it. If you can wear your dress regardless of how you're feeling, then I'm always going to encourage that, because I think that's the goal. That is the goal, to wear everything, no matter how you're feeling, and just feel confident in it, no matter how your body is showing up that day. Another big thing that I would say to really start assessing when you are having some episodes of bad body image is really assess your exercise and the relationship with it. I have a very thin line between going to the gym because I want to have a certain aesthetic and going to the gym because I just want to be healthy. I want to move my body and I deserve to. I go to the gym most days now, and that's because I genuinely love going to the gym and moving my body, and I view it in a different way. I've shifted the mindset in it, and it can flip back every now and again, I'll be honest. Like, I will have times where I'm like, oh, I feel like I need to go to the gym, but I notice myself saying that, so I have to then analyze, why is it I'm going to the gym? Is it because I'm going to feel really good for it? Or is it because I feel like I need to achieve a certain body type? And if I actually think about it, it's not ever really about my body type anymore, which is such a big step for me, because years ago it was such a hyper focus. However, that being said, I find myself sometimes at the gym not enjoying it. And that is a big thing for me. I have to enjoy it, because otherwise I'm questioning what I'm doing. I think any exercise should be fun. And as soon as I feel like I'm not enjoying what I'm doing, I need to assess it. I need to go back to the drawing board. And I need to find another activity. I've recently started Pilates as well. And I think it was initially because I was really confused with what I was putting my body through. I was going to the gym, training quite hard. And actually, do you know what? Not as hard as I used to. So that confused me even more. That just put into perspective how much stress I put my body through and not even realising it. So yeah, I started doing Pilates because I really wanted to find a different form of movement. And initially I wasn't sure if I liked it. But now I'm really liking the challenge of just trying something new. Every single time it still feels new, because it's still something I'm trying to get my head around. And every single time I've been going, I've been understanding my body a little bit more and moving with conscious effort to do it for my body, rather than just pushing an exercise, because exercise can be anything. It can be walking. If you feel like you don't want to go to the gym that day, like just say, okay, I don't want to go to the gym this day, and fill it in with another form of exercise. I'm always going to say move your body a little bit, because I feel such a difference when I have a day of, like, sometimes, okay, we need days where we are just doing nothing and we just need to rest and relax and chill, and you'll know where that day is, because your body is just like, I really just don't want to, and you feel really tired and you just need to do it. And as soon as you've given yourself that day and fully given yourself that day, allowed yourself to rest, your mind to rest, then you start coming back and wanting to move more. But generally, when I feel like I do have energy and I could go out and do some sort of exercise and I don't, I automatically, my body goes in a weird little shutdown mode. Like, I feel it. I feel so lethargic. I feel like I then don't feel energized. It does just go to show how much exercise does give you more energy. Go on a walk, go and do some stretching. That is something I definitely need to do, because I'm battering my body. I don't stretch enough. I really don't bend. Another reason why I'm trying to do different exercises like Pilates and yoga, because my flexibility definitely needs to improve. And I think flexibility will help with so many different things in my life as well, like sleep. When I do train, it will help that as well. I need to just remind you ladies that are listening, we are females. We have different cycles in our body every single month, and that's a lot. If you actually think about it, if you're thinking like, oh, every single month there's a period of time where I'm feeling a bit low and bloated, that's probably because you are a female body and you have a menstrual cycle. I'm not gonna lie, I was so out of whack with that, because I lost my period for years and years because I wasn't treating my body how I should have, and I wasn't looking after myself. But I've had my period back for a while now, and I'm now starting to notice what is going on with it. And it's so interesting to me, so interesting. I will fully have PMS for about 2 weeks. Not every single time, but majority of the time. I think 2 weeks a month. That's half a month. I will have bloating. I will feel low mood. Everything seems a little bit more difficult. My body image is like so low, and I end up every single month being like, what is wrong with me? I don't understand. And then the last couple of months, I've looked at the calendar and I've been like, oh, I think this could be why. And it's such a nice realization, actually, because it kind of ticks a box of like, oh, this is why I'm feeling like this. This is why I'm having bad body image days. There's a reason behind it. This is normal. It's okay. You're allowed to feel like this. Your body's going to look different this time of the month. Cool. And that feels really good. That does feel really good. Knowing that helps me accept my body. It really, really does. Also, when you are on your period, you've probably heard of cycle syncing. I've only really just got myself into this properly. But it makes so much sense. Like to switch up your movements depending on the cycle. So if you're in your luteal phase, like coming up to the period, you will generally have a bit more of a low energy. So try and do like a more low impact workout. And I've only really been starting doing this since I've been doing Pilates in the last couple of months. And it's really nice to allow my body to just relax a little bit. Because if you actually think about it, if you're putting your body under all of that constant stress, you're running on cortisol all the time, your body's holding on to that, it's looking after you, it's protecting you, but you're bound to appear more bloated and inflamed if you're stressed all the time. And also, exercise is really counteractive if you're stressed. You're not going to get much benefit from it if you're constantly stressing yourself out. So yeah, I think that's really important to remember. So yeah, I don't really have an answer when it comes down to body image and figuring it all out. I just think it's important to share that we all have it. It's normal to have good and bad days. And remember that your body is always going to fluctuate. It's going to look different. I will wake up one day, the next day it looks entirely different. Just because it's normal to, depending on your environments, your diet, how you've been feeling, how you've slept. There's loads and loads and loads of different things that can impact it. And you can't stay looking the same all the time. You know, you see people on social media that are so lean, so lean, ripped. You'll see some people on social media that maybe aren't so ripped, but we don't know their stories behind how they are in those shapes. You don't know if it's genetics. You don't know if they are literally starving themselves to look like that. You don't know if they're training themselves twice a day, you know? You have no idea. So please bear that in mind when you're having a bad body image day, because the likeliness is that you are actually just living a really healthy lifestyle, and fluctuations in your body is really normal. And the things that you're seeing online are either genetics based or unrealistic, or just don't align with a certain lifestyle that you wish to have or serves you. Just because someone loves going to the gym all the time and, you know, has green smoothies every morning, also goes to yoga at 6 p.m. and travels, you know, every other month, they have a lifestyle that serves them. It might look lovely to you, but the reality is it might not actually be for you and what you feel is good for you. Everything looks really pretty when you're seeing it from a different perspective, but when you're actually living it, it's entirely different. And we've got to remember that everyone has different needs and wants. Everyone is wired differently. We are all built differently. We need different things to fuel us. We need different things to make us happy. And we are all entirely different for a reason. We're all meant to look different. We're all different shapes and sizes. I could eat the same meal as someone else and be doing the exact same activity as someone else, same height, and we would look entirely different. So just bear that in mind. And instead of telling yourself, I love myself, instead start just accepting yourself as you are. I found that really helpful, because start loving yourself is such a daunting topic. You know, there's so many different things. What is loving yourself, you know? But as soon as you start accepting yourself and you're like, yeah, this is me, this is who I am, you start to then realize what it is to mean to love yourself. So yeah, start by doing that. It might help, might not. If it doesn't, well, sorry. You can click pause and delete this at any point. But yes, that's all I have for today. I hope it was helpful for any of you that are struggling with your body. And you ain't alone. All right, girl? You are not alone. We all have it. We all have our insecurities. And society is fucked. Don't believe it. Oh, my voice is crackling. Crackle, crackle, crackle. Don't believe what you see on social media. Everyone always posts their pretty sides. I'm loving seeing so many more people post their authentic sides. Just live the life that you want. Be conscious of your healthy habits and accept the outcome of what you look like as a compass of that. Cool. Over and out. thank you for listening, guys. Go and subscribe, go and like, go and comment, and if you want to check out my music, you can check it out, Abigail Ellen It's Love, on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. But yeah, nice to speak to you guys. I will see you next time. Bye.